In current times of modern warfare, massive ship destroyers and maritime battle machines are crucial for navies all around the world. For this reason, the United States Navy has introduced its Arleigh Burke class destroyers. The Arleigh Burke class of guided missile destroyers, or DDGs, is a class of destroyers of the U.S. Navy. With an overall length of 505 to 509 feet and displacement ranging from 8,300 to 9,700 tons, these destroyers also consist of over 90 missiles. The Arleigh Burke class destroyers are more massive and much more heavily armed than many previous classes of guided missile cruisers. These warships are multi-mission destroyers that are able to conduct anti-aircraft warfare and surface-to-air missiles, anti-submarine warfare with towed array sonar, anti-submarine rockets, and ASW helicopters. The leading ship of the class, the USS Arleigh Burke, was commissioned during Admiral Burke's lifetime on July 4, 1991. With the decommissioning of the last Spruance destroyer, USS Cushing, on September 21, 2005, the Arleigh Burke-class ships became the U.S. Navy's only active destroyers until the Zumwalt class became active in 2016. The Arleigh Burke class has the longest production run of any U.S. Navy surface combatant. As of October 2023, all 73 built are active, with 19 more planned to enter service. The Arleigh Burke class ships are among the largest destroyers built in the United States. Only the Spruance, Kidd, and Zumwalt classes are longer. The Arleigh Burke class was designed with a new large waterplane area hull form characterized by a wide bow, which significantly improves seakeeping ability and permits high speed in high sea states. The class's design incorporates stealth techniques such as angled surfaces rather than traditional vertical, which make the ship more difficult to detect by radar. The Arleigh Burke class are multi-mission ships. They're armed with numerous combat systems such as anti-aircraft missiles, land attack missiles, ship-to-ship missiles, and an anti-submarine warfare, or ASW system. The missiles are stored in and fired from vertical launching cells, or the VLS cells. The Arleigh Burke class destroyer is also equipped with the Aegis combat system, which combines information from the ship's sensors to display a coherent image of the surroundings and environments, thus guiding the weapons to targets using advanced tracking and fire control. The standard missiles are known as the SM-2MR/ER and SM-6, and they're used to provide the area with air defense. However, these missiles also have a secondary purpose and are capable of being used for playing the role of anti-ship missiles. The SM-2 uses semi-active radar homing on the SAR system to intercept up to 3 targets simultaneously. The SM-6 provides over-the-horizon defense. The main radar of the Arleigh Burke-class destroyers differs from traditional mechanically rotating radars. Instead, the Aegis system on the ship uses the SPY-1D passive electronically scanned array system, which allows for the continuous tracking of targets in the surrounding areas. The system's computer allows the centralization of the previously separate targeting and tracking functions. Technology in the modern world is evolving every day. As the world witnesses these leaps of technology, the Navy of the United States spends billions of dollars in order to continue constructing new battleships as means to carry forward their legacy. The construction of a new battleship can take around an estimated time of 4 to 7 years to be completed. The building of a new battleship is very time-consuming, expensive, and labor-intensive. Due to these factors, the U.S. Navy considers the launch of a new battleship to be a significant event. It's more than a mere nautical occurrence for the United States Navy. It's an important event to celebrate the tradition, technological prowess, and national strength. Sailors dressed in white uniforms stand proudly as other personnel prepare for the launching method that allows the ship to enter the waters safely and gracefully. With every modern ship that the U.S. Navy launches, they get stronger and are strengthened. A wide array of ships is a major factor in determining the power of the U.S. Navy. These ships include destroyers. Given their name, destroyers are the primary way of constituting war for the United States Navy. These destroyers are capable of destroying anything that's standing in their way. They're often medium-sized ships, which makes them agile and gives them the ability to cruise at high speeds of over 30 knots, whether they're operating in naval groups or independently. These destroyers are the heart of the U.S. Navy fleet. They're equipped with a diverse array of artillery, advanced sensors, and swift responsiveness. These vessels have the job of enforcing maritime law, identifying enemy ships, and ensuring global stability. Considering the central role of these destroyers, the U.S. Navy is continuing to modernize its fleet of destroyers. On August 16, 2023, a new battleship named Tess Stevens was launched by the U.S. Navy. The ship was built by Ingalls Shipbuilding, and it's the 76th Arleigh Burke class destroyer ship. The destroyer was launched using a traditional floating out technique in order to ensure its safe positioning in the dry dock. The Ingalls Shipbuilding team had employed massive rail cars, which were to carry the ship to the platform from the yard. The dry dock was then moved to a position deep under the water to enable the platform to submerge completely underwater and set the ship free. In a short time of 3 days, the team completed all of the essential and necessary work that was needed to arrange the launching ceremony. Living in these warships is nothing more than living a life filled with challenges and difficulties. The crew is told to ensure that all of the systems are working properly at all times. This crew is responsible for tackling the essential maintenance tasks, which includes tightening, cleaning, and painting the lifelines, which play a vital role in maintaining the safety of the ship. With the vessel operating 24/7, every crew member stands watch to keep an eye and serves as the eyes and ears of the ship at all times. The crew members have various daily routine schedules. Sometimes they're told to inspect the damage control system to identify any mishap and get it fixed as soon as possible. Different training drills and recreational time are also included in the daily lives of these hard-working sailors. A tight-knit crew is hired on the destroyer, which ensures constant vigilance, even as the monotony of ship life can make days blend together without a conscious effort to keep track of time. Every day that passes on the ship, the crew members on board increase their expertise in leveraging the Arleigh Burke class destroyers' attacking and striking capabilities. These destroyers are armed with a wide array of surface-to-air missiles, torpedoes, and anti-ship missiles, thus making them versatile guardians of the U.S. Navy. These destroyers can detect and neutralize threats at distances very far away from the ship. The ship's crew conducts close-in weapon system live fire drills, which enhances and hones their ability to counter threats at close range. On the other hand, the 5-inch Mark 45 54 caliber lightweight gun engages in surface and aerial warfare to eliminate enemy targets. Littoral combat ships, or the LCS, are another crucial factor of the U.S. Navy's fleet, unlike the destroyers, which are primarily used to navigate the high seas. They were envisioned to be a networked, agile, stealthy surface combatant ship that was capable of defeating anti-access and asymmetric threats. Littoral combat ships are comparable to corvettes found in other navies. These combat ships operate in littoral zones that are close to shorelines. The littoral combat ships were launched in two variants, the Freedom variant and the Independence variant. The Freedom variant of the ship boasts a steel monohull design. It measures 387.4 feet long and 57.7 feet wide, and also has a 14.1 foot draft. This variant can accommodate up to approximately 100 sailors and weighs more than 3,450 metric tons when it's fully loaded. However, the Independence variant of the LCS has an aluminum trimaran design. It's 421.5 feet long, 31.6 feet wide, and has a 4.6 foot draft. The warship roughly weighs around 3,200 metric tons of load displacement. The two classes feature a combined gas and diesel turbine with steerable water jet propulsion, which is capable of generating massive speeds ranging from 40 to 44 knots. Both of these vessels are specially designed for diverse maritime missions, which include anti-access mine countermeasures and battling enemy targets on the sea surface. The LCS ships serve as a multi-mission platform. Despite being notably smaller than destroyers, they bring agility to naval operations. These ships can offer a speed advantage of up to 40 knots. As they're smaller in size, their modular design facilitates mission-specific configurations. A good 40% of the ship's role can be easily reconfigured. The ship has the ability to play the role of a small assault ship with a flight deck and a hangar. It's equipped with SH-60s, also known as the M60 Seahawk helicopters. Along with these, the ship also comprises a stern ram for carrying out small boat operations, and has ample cargo volume or space to deploy a compact assault force with war vehicles. They're also equipped with underwater vehicles. However, they still possess lower defense and surface battle capabilities than destroyers. The first LCS, USS Freedom, also known as the LCS-1, was commissioned on November 8, 2008, in Veterans Park located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The second ship, the trimaran USS Independence, also known as the LCS-2, was commissioned in January 2010 in Mobile, Alabama. In 2012, the LCS was scheduled to be deployed in Africa as a replacement for cruisers and destroyers. In 2013 and 2014, the Navy's requirement for LCSs was progressively cut down from 55 vessels to 32 in favor of a new proposed ship that was more capable of high-intensity combat. In late 2014, the Navy proceeded with a procurement plan to enhance, upgrade, and further advance older ships to meet the requirements of the Navy and fulfill its 52-ship requirement. The new LCS would be redesignated as FF, or Frigate. In December 2015, Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter ordered the Navy to reduce the planned LCS and FF procurement from 52 to 40 and down select to one variant by 2019. The intent of this cut was to reallocate funds for other priorities, which included buying more F-35C Lightning II and FA-18E and F variant Super Hornet fighters, and SM-6 missiles. In July 2017, a request for information was released by the Navy regarding the new multi-mission guided missile frigate that could perform the same roles as the LCS, but while offering a better offensive and defensive system. In February 2020, media reports stated that the U.S. Navy had announced its decision to retire the first 4 LCSs in 2021 as part of a cost-saving measure. These 4 included the USS Freedom and USS Fort Worth from the Freedom class, and USS Independence and USS Coronado from the Independence class. The LCS has the capability to navigate in shallow waters, and this sets it apart from other larger combat ships. The LCSs allow access to areas where larger ships cannot operate, thus having an edge over a larger design of battleships. If the situation is critical, the crew of the LCS is able to deploy the Mark 110 57mm gun and the RM-116 rolling airframe missiles to defend their ship. The most traditional way used by the United States Navy to launch their LCSs is known as the side launch technique. Whenever a ceremony is held for the launch of a new LCS, the ship is gracefully slid and it falls into the ocean, creating a breakthrough moment, capturing both the imagination and the emotions of the people attending. The warship is placed on the side of the water. Wax, oil, steel rollers, or something of the like might be used to help smoothen out the sliding of the ship into the water. The slipway on which the ship is held extends into the water and the warship slides under its own power. When in the water, the great buoyancy and stability of the ship help it become steady and ready for its maiden mission. Newly constructed warships are given or subjected to several tasks in order to ensure their resilience and efficiency in real-life combat scenarios. Full shock trials are held on the ship, which is crucial to evaluate the ability of the ship to withstand the impact and power of underwater explosions. If the ship survives these tests, then it means that the ship boasts a remarkable and flawless stability system. During the trials, controlled underwater charges are strategically detonated near the ship to check the ship's withstanding capabilities to the maximum extent. Another type of warship that's used by the U.S. Navy is known as the Landing Platform Dock, or the LPD. These LPD ships are specially designed and crafted to support dangerous military warfare operations. This ship allows the transportation and deployment of marine landing craft and equipment for amphibious assaults. It's characterized by a long deck which can be used to launch and recover various landing aircraft and vehicles. The first procedure of the construction of these platforms is the meticulous procurement of a massive quantity of steel, which is carefully sought out and selected for its durability and strength. The steel then undergoes a transformation process that shapes the hundred of steel plates. After transforming, these steel plates are used to construct the fundamental structure, or you could say the skeleton of the landing platform dock, thus providing the backbone for the vessel's reliability. Skilled shipbuilders from all around the world are hired and then assemble these components. Upon incorporating advanced welding techniques and precise engineering, the ship assembly process continues. The ships get bigger and bigger as the assembly process progresses. The landing platform dock is then painted and transported from the dry dock. The maneuvering process requires a lot of precision, accuracy, and skill to ensure the ship's integrity is not hindered. The warship is slowly moved to the platform once it takes position. Tugboats are called in for assistance. With their impressive pull power, the tugboats move the dry dock into a deep water area. The buoyancy of the vessel helps it to stay afloat as the dry dock submerges underwater. The ship will then move to the last stage of outfitting and sea trials. The U.S. Navy engages in making its fleet of battleships unique. Appropriate launching methods are crucial to ensure safe mobilization after the construction of the ship is completed. And now we've reached the end of our video. If you enjoyed watching, then make sure to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss any of the new videos that we upload. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and we hope to see you in our next one.